Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to do a reaction video to the 20 Premier League team this season. Because we want to understand more about football because FIFA season just ended, as you know.
Yeah.
So now we're trying to catch up on our football knowledge. Thank you to Football Explain for the video. Credit to him.
Let's start.
Bournemouth finished 6th last season, securing Europa League qualification for the first time in the club's history, a striking achievement for a side that was playing 4th-tier football barely a decade ago before Eddie Howe's rebuild carried it into the top flight. Where a giant like Arsenal battles for titles, Bournemouth's story is one of steady climbing, turning organised defending and efficient attacking play into genuine European qualification rather than relying on lavish transfer spending. Their rise offers beginners a clear lesson that consistent coaching and smart recruitment, not just financial power, can lift a smaller club into Europe.
So, remember before a couple days ago, I talked to my sister Jojo about this. There is 3 big competition in European football. Champions League, Champions League, Europa League,
Okay. And what is
Conference League. This team they just raised from the top now from the bottom. Now they went to 6th place. Number 6 is quite good. So they qualify for Conference League, the third tier of competition for international football in Europe this season. So we can be expecting us to watch some of their matches as well. AFC Bournemouth, we should be we should be expecting some reaction video as well from us reacting to their performance. Let's see if they can actually make it far or not. Now we can move on to the next team.
Arsenal ended a 22-year wait for the Premier League title last season, finishing on 85 points under manager Mikel Arteta after leading the table for the vast majority of the campaign, a dominance that culminated in a final day win at Crystal Palace. Where many title races come down to the final weeks, Arsenal's success was built on sustained control across the whole season, rather than a late surge, showing newcomers how consistency across 10 months, not just a hot streak, actually wins English football's top division. As reigning champions, Arsenal entered a new season under intense pressure to prove last year's triumph was the start of a new era, rather than a one-off. Aston Villa.
Okay, so Arsenal, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, Arsenal, they win last year. They were the best team in England last year.
Oh,
So they are currently Premier League champion. But you know some of their player, right? Who do you know from Arsenal? You should know some.
Arsenal. I think I know a few players in Arsenal, like
Declan Rice.
Yeah,
and then-
he played FIFA. I just know him.
Yeah.
And
Odegaard, the captain for Norway, with Haaland, they make it far this year as well in FIFA.
Odegaard.
Yeah,
I
the number
see,
10.
I
Yeah,
see.
the number 10 for Norway. Now number 10 for Arsenal as well.
Ah,
And then they have 2 world-class defender. There's William Saliba and there's Martial. Those 2 are good as well.
Mattia?
Martial. That Saliba is the French one, the one that injured during the World Cup against Spain. The one that injured.
Ah, I
The-
know.
Okay, that's where she remembered from because he was injured during the Spain match. He played, he injured, and move out. Okay, now we have on the screen. Now we have Aston Villa. They move up from, I think last season the season before they were 6 or 7, right? And this season they finished last season they finished 4th. So they go and play a Champions League. This team will play Champions League. Aston Villa.
So they have a list to play the Champions League
Yeah, they're 4th. They finished 4th last
last year.
yeah. So this year we can expect big things.
Okay. Let's
So
see.
you see on the screen, you know him.
I kind of recognize his face, but I don't know his name.
He just played in the final here. Messi goalkeeper from Argentina, Martinez.
Ah,
That's him.
he's so good.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
she don't remember the name, but I tell her where she know it from, she will remember because she watched a lot of FIFA with me this year.
yeah, I just into football this year, and I know some, and I don't know some.
But it's okay. Now that's why we're trying to learn. Now Aston Villa.
Secured Champions League qualification again by finishing 4th, continuing a resurgence that has turned a club with a rich history, including a European Cup win back in 1982, into a regular fixture in England's top 4. Compared to newly promoted sides fighting just to stay up, Villa's challenge is different, sustaining a level of consistency usually reserved for the traditional Big Six clubs. Their continued presence in Europe's premier competition shows beginners how a historic club can rebuild itself gradually rather than needing a dramatic...
That was Jack Grealish. Before he played at Aston Villa, then they sell him to Man City. He now play.
Yeah. I know him because he's best friend of Erling Haaland.
Ah.
Yeah, I know,
season
right?
turnaround to reach the top again. Brentford finished 9th, extending their run as one of the Premier League's most consistent mid-table sides since promotion back in 2021. Built on a distinctive recruitment strategy that relies heavily on data analysis rather than traditional scouting networks. Where wealthier clubs simply buy proven stars, Brentford's model is to identify undervalued talent early and develop it. A method that has let a club long overshadowed by nearby rivals establish itself firmly in the top flight. Their continued stability, without ever seriously threatening relegation, makes them a useful case study for beginners in how smart planning can rival financial muscle. Brighton and Hove.
Okay, Brentford is, how do you say, they're always in the middle. They're not good, they're not bad. So they always, how do you say, 9, 10, 11, but they are just middle of the team. You cannot expect a lot from them because they are a small team. That's why we cannot expect too much from them, but they always will not fall below that. So they're middle of the table.
Do I know someone from that?
I think Brentford have, I'm not sure, but they have one player on England team, Ivan Toney.
Tony?
Ivan Toney, let me check.
England?
We can see if he is or not. Ivan Toney, yes. I think he played in the World Cup couple months ago. I think he still plays.
I don't know him.
Oh no, he already moved before he was in Brentford, I think. Yeah, he was in Brentford before. The uniform. Okay, then he moved to Saudi.
Sorry, I don't know him.
Yeah. Okay. Brighton.
Albion. Brighton finished 8th, enough to qualify for the Europa Conference League, continuing a run of near uninterrupted progress since their own promotion in 2017 that has made them one of the league's most admired smaller clubs. Much like Brentford, Brighton has built its success on recruitment and coaching rather than outspending rivals, frequently developing or discovering players who are later sold on for significant profit to larger clubs. For
Brentford, before they always find good player, young player that haven't been developed or go to big team yet. They make them good and then they sell for profit.
To larger clubs. For beginners, Brighton represents proof that a well-run club without a roster of global superstars can still consistently punch above its weight and reach Europe season after season. Chelsea finished 10th.
Chelsea, is a big team.
I know that club.
They're big. They won the Big Six in England though, but it's disappointing. They finished 10th last year.
Chelsea used to be like top.
Yeah, they won Champions League I think 2 or 3 years ago, but I don't know why these past few years Chelsea been down.
Why? Why Chelsea? Why? Do I know someone from this club?
There was one of my favorite players. He got red card during the final.
Enzo Fernandez.
Yes, he is in Chelsea
last season, a mid-table position that reflects an ongoing rebuilding period under the club's current ownership, which has invested heavily in young talent across several transfer windows since taking over in 2022. Unlike Arsenal or Manchester City, whose recent success has come from settled squads built around experienced stars, Chelsea's approach has leaned on volume.
Here, see the team. Cucurella, Enzo, and then Cole Palmer and Garnacho. I think most of them already moved. Like him, he moved to Aston Villa. Cucurella went to Real Madrid before the season started, and then Enzo's still there, but I don't know what's his future.
Yeah, let's see.
Chelsea was so big, but I don't know why they keep underperforming or finishing mid.
Signings of promising younger players, producing an unusually large and still developing squad. For newcomers, Chelsea's season illustrates that spending significant money does not guarantee immediate results, and that assembling a title-challenging team can take years even for a historically major club. Coventry City returned to the Premier League as Championship champions.
Coventry is a small club just been promoted this year. They win the Championship. So they were the first team. I think they finished first, right, in the Championship in the Tier 2. So now they just went up from Tier 2 to Tier 1, from B to A team to to 8 like that.
Coventry City returned to the Premier League as Championship champions under manager Frank Lampard, ending a lengthy absence from the top flight for a club once among English football's established names. Compared to Hull and Ipswich, who arrived via the playoffs and second place respectively, Coventry's route was the most emphatic, winning the second-tier title outright. For beginners unfamiliar with the club, the Sky Blues bring passionate, long-suffering support back to the top division, and their promotion adds another compelling story to a season that will test whether any of the 3 newly promoted clubs can beat football's well-documented trend of instant relegation. Crystal Palace finished 15th last season, a mid-table position secured at Selhurst Park, the same ground where Arsenal would go on to clinch the title on the season's final day. As one of London's long-established clubs, nicknamed the Eagles, Palace has typically prioritised secure Premier League survival over challenging for European spots, a more modest but still valuable ambition compared to the Big Six clubs chasing continental football every year. For beginners, Palace's steady mid-table finishes demonstrate that consistent survival without relegation drama is itself a meaningful measure of a well-run Premier League club. Everton.
Okay, so I think Crystal Palace is another one of those middle tier table team. So they are not. We cannot expect big things from them, but we can expect some surprising match or interesting football. But they will not be finishing anywhere at the top this season. I think after this we will be doing a table or tier list prediction for 2026-2027 season. So we will rank which team we think will get relegated and which team will win.
Finished 13th in what was a season of transition for one of English football's oldest and most decorated clubs, known as the Toffees, following their move into a new stadium at Bramley Moor Dock. Where many clubs measure progress purely through league position, Everton's recent story has been shaped as much by rebuilding their footballing infrastructure as by results on the pitch, a contrast to rivals whose main focus remains squad building alone. For newcomers, Everton's history of top-flight league titles, despite years of recent struggle, is a reminder that current form doesn't always reflect a club's historical stature. Fulham. Fulham finished 11th last season under the experienced management of Marco Silva, continuing a run of stable Premier League football at Craven Cottage, their historic Riverside Stadium along the Thames. Compared to promoted clubs that often face an immediate fight against relegation, Fulham have settled comfortably into established top-flight life since their return in 2022, rarely coming close to the drop. For beginners, Fulham's quiet consistency, without the headline transfers or title challenges of bigger London rivals like Arsenal or Chelsea, shows that a well-managed mid-table club can still thrive without needing to dominate headlines. Hull City earned promotion through the Championship playoffs, beating Middlesbrough in the final to return to the Premier League after several years away, giving the Tigers a fresh chance in England's top division. Unlike Coventry, who won the second-tier title directly, Hull had to survive the added pressure and unpredictability of a single elimination playoff system, widely considered one of the most nerve-wracking routes to promotion in English football. For beginners, Hull's playoff route highlights an important quirk of the English league system, where finishing anywhere from 3rd to 6th in the Championship still offers a real path to the Premier League. Ipswich Town secured automatic promotion by finishing 2nd in the Championship, returning to the Premier League after a brief spell down following their relegation from the top flight only the season before. Known as the Tractor Boys due to the club's roots in a largely agricultural region of England, Ipswich's rapid up and down movement between divisions in recent years reflects just how competitive and unpredictable the gap between the Premier League and Championship has become. For newcomers, Ipswich's story is a useful example of how quickly a club's fortunes can swing in either direction across just a couple of seasons. Leeds United finished 14th in their
So
first
the past 3 teams, including league, they've been up and down from Championship to Premier League. They keep winning, they keep losing, winning the Championship, go back up, losing. So what do you think? What you can expect from them?
Let's see. I don't know because they're small.
A small team, yeah.
Small club, small
Yeah,
team.
don't mind her. She is trying to understand all the system in England. After this reaction we do for Premier League, maybe a couple of days from now, we go look at other league team like La Liga or French Ligue 1. So we don't know the Bundesliga as well. We will react to all the teams. We try to understand the football so we can keep up with the football news and as well as we reaction to some of the match as well. But we most likely only watch the bigger team because that's where all the excitement are.
Yeah. Yeah.
back in the Premier League following promotion, a respectable return for one of English football's most widely supported clubs, despite not currently playing at the level their history suggests. Compared to newly promoted Coventry, Hull and Ipswich, Leeds enter this new season with a full year of top-flight experience already behind them, a potential advantage when it comes to avoiding the second-season slump that has affected other promoted sides. For beginners, Leeds' passionate fan base at Ellen Road offers a clear example of a club whose reputation extends well beyond its recent league position. Liverpool finished 5th last season, enough to secure Champions League.
Liverpool, one of the big
six,
Big
yeah.
five.
Big six. If you want to count Spurs, it's a big six, but Spurs, they finished bad. Liverpool, you know any player from Liverpool?
I think I know some.
You know him? He is Mo Salah,
I know
captain for Egypt, right?
Yeah, I know Mohamed Salah.
Yeah, he captain for Egypt, and then Virgil van
I
Dijk.
know him, but I don't remember his name.
Yeah, he is Virgil van Dijk. He played for Netherlands as well in the World Cup. He's a defender.
Qualification for a club that remains one of the most successful in English and European football history, with multiple European Cup triumphs across the decades. Where Arsenal's title win ended a long domestic drought, Liverpool's challenge is different, maintaining the extremely high standards set by their own recent trophy-winning years under previous managerial success. For newcomers to the sport, Liverpool's famous Anfield atmosphere and deep footballing history make them one of the clubs most useful for understanding what long-term footballing prestige looks like in England. Manchester City.
Okay.
Manchester
She know Man City very well because she like one of their players very popular these days.
I think you know.
I think he's a Norwegian Viking. I think
Yeah, the number 9 one.
Yeah.
I love him so much.
But Man City, they've been winning the Premier League so many times in a row. Last year they lost to Arsenal by a bit, but it's okay. I think this year, Man City might do better. I think they might win this year.
Yeah, they have to be the top.
She obsessed with Man City. Anything Holland, she will be obsessing over.
They
I'm a
finished
huge
second,
fan, though.
7 points behind champions Arsenal, narrowly missing out on the title they have dominated for much of the past decade under manager Pep Guardiola's highly influential possession-based system. Compared to sides simply hoping to avoid relegation, City's entire season was measured against the standard of previous title-winning campaigns, making a second-place finish feel like relative disappointment rather than
Oh
success.
yeah, Rodri as well. World Cup
Rodri, the champion of FIFA.
Yeah, Ballon d'Or captain, World Cup champion.
Do you know what? First time I thought that he's in a La Liga league.
Real Madrid?
Yeah, Real Madrid. No, not the Real Madrid.
Barcelona.
Barcelona.
But no.
I thought he one of them.
No, because in World Cup this year, there's a lot of Barcelona play on the Spain team.
Yeah, that's why I thought that the Barcelona is Spain.
Yeah.
All the Spain is Barcelona.
It was-
I didn't know that he used the cup.
Man City.
Yeah.
But but he tried to get a move to Real Madrid. I think maybe end of before the season start, before the transfer window he can move there.
For beginners, City's near miss illustrates how differently success is judged depending on a club's recent history, since the same points total that thrills a mid-table side can represent a setback for a recent serial champion. Manchester United finished
Manchester United.
Manchester United.
She don't like Manchester United because they are
I like Man City though.
yeah, they're rival to Man City. That's why she don't support them. I think you know one player, right? They have on Man United. They have Bruno Fernandes.
No, I don't know him.
Oh, we didn't. Oh yeah, me and her. We didn't watch any of the Portugal game at all.
third, securing Champions League qualification and continuing a gradual improvement for a club that spent several recent seasons well outside the positions its history as one of England's most successful teams would suggest. Compared to their fierce rivals Manchester City, United's return toward the division's top places represents a slower, still developing rebuild rather than sustained dominance. For newcomers, United's climb back up the table after a difficult stretch shows how even historically massive clubs with huge resources can take years, not months, to return to serious title contention. Newcastle United finished 12th last season, a mid-table position for a club whose Saudi-backed ownership since 2021 has driven heavy transfer investment and rising ambitions among the passionate fan base at St James's Park. Compared to clubs like Brighton or Brentford, who rely on smart recruitment over spending power, Newcastle's approach mirrors the financial strategy of clubs like Chelsea or Manchester City, aiming to buy their way back toward regular European qualification. For beginners, Newcastle's story shows how significant financial backing doesn't guarantee instant results, since translating investment into consistent top 4 finishes has proven a slower process than expected. Nottingham Forest finished 16th, a comfortable mid-table position for a club whose modern-day standing contrasts sharply with their remarkable history of winning the European Cup twice in successive seasons back in the early 1980s. Where newly promoted clubs fight simply to establish themselves, Forest's challenge since returning to the Premier League has been closing the gap between their storied past and their more modest present-day resources.
This team before, they won 2 Champions League, something that Arsenal never did. But they won 2 before, like a couple, like 20, 30 years ago. They won 2 Champions League, which is very, very surprising for a small team. But I think this year they might try to push it back into European football. We can expect maybe big things from them because they've been slowly improving every year as well.
For newcomers, Forest, City Ground and passionate support offer a clear reminder that a club's history and its current league position don't always match, especially in a sport with such deep century-long traditions. Sunderland finished 7th in their first season back in the Premier League, securing Europa League qualification in a genuinely surprising achievement for a promoted club and one of the standout stories of the entire season. Compared to other promoted clubs in recent years, who were immediately relegated straight back down, Sunderland's result broke a recent trend suggesting newly promoted sides simply cannot compete at the highest level. For beginners, Sunderland's passionate stadium of light crowd and unexpected European qualification make them one of the clearest examples league's promoted clubs shouldn't always be written off early. Tottenham Hotspur survived.
They survived last year. This is my team I support, but they finished 17th as one of the Big 6 team. Most people don't say Tottenham is a Big 6 team, but to me they are.
I see this club before.
Yeah, I think you see because before they have Heung-min Son, their captain, the Korean guy. He was good. He was on. That's why I fell in love with Tottenham because he was there. Son was very good. Then there was Harry Kane. He played there before as well. You know Harry Kane?
Yeah, I know Harry Kane.
Yeah, he played at Tottenham before.
I think I know this club because of you always talk about that guy from the Korea.
Yeah, I talk about Son, but now he moved to MLS, so I think the team need help.
The nervous finish to last season, securing 17th place only on the final day with a win over Everton that kept West Ham down instead. A dramatic contrast to Spurs' usual position competing near the top of the table. Playing at their impressive modern stadium in North London, Tottenham's brush with relegation surprised many given their history of regular European qualification in recent years. For newcomers, Spurs' close call is a useful reminder that even historically strong, financially significant clubs are not immune to a genuinely difficult season in the Premier League's
So, this is all the team there is. I think we can expect big things from the middle tier team, and then we can expect them to go up. But I think for the first video I react with her today, it's good because we're gonna be, how do I say this? We're gonna be expecting to do some more reaction and more understanding of football team as well. You can expect tomorrow video maybe to be a tier list, a table we can predict. You think who will be number 1, number 2, all the way down to top to the 20 who will get relegated this year. So I think that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. We will follow up with some more video in a couple of days. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.